Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. It has been a little while, sorry about that. I was busy with school and some other things that got in the way of my ability to record. Most because I typically have to record this on a Friday because they typically do maintenance on Thursday, and Thursday's the day that I would normally try to record. But yeah, so one week I wasn't able to record because something had come up on Friday, and then the other week I was just too busy to be able to go and record on Friday. Nonetheless, because I think the mission we're supposed to be doing this time around is actually a fairly short mission in the grand scheme of things, I do want to go ahead and mention real quick that if you enjoy the content that I upload on the channel, I have a Patreon, link to it down in the description if you wish to become one. If trying to persuade people to go and become patrons doesn't work out, I will be remonetizing the channel come the new year. Because I need the channel to at least cover some of its running cost. And there's really only two ways to do that. Monetization through YouTube, which means ads, and of course YouTube potentially complaining about videos not being advertiser friendly and blah blah blah, or Patreon. I prefer Patreon, to be completely honest with you, because I'm not really beholden to YouTube's algorithm when it comes to determining whether or not a video is friendly or not. But if need be, I will go that route because, again, I need the channel to at least cover some of its running costs. I don't get the games that I show on the channel for free most of the time. I typically have to go out and buy them. That's 20, 40, 60 bucks or whatever it costs. Those are the three values that I typically see games at, depending. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started on Cold Comfort, a mission that I hate. So I actually have the wiki pulled up for how to successfully complete it quickly because I don't care to have this take forever. I really don't like Cold Comfort. It's easily my least favorite mission. Really, just overall, to be honest. So, we are receiving a distress signal from the Rave system. A ferry transport withered a Breen attack, but they've taken heavy casualties and are requesting immediate assistance. My people do not have military ships, Admiral, and I am low. Damn it, fucking semantic. And I am loath to send a lightly armored rescued vessel into such a dangerous situation. Please, you must do whatever you can to help, though. Okay, I'm just gonna go and transwarp us over there. Save everybody time. And let's go ahead and travel to the Rava 2 system. And it's going to take a little while to load this time because of reasons. I hate when it does that. Although it'll probably get to a point where it'll just jump to like 70%. But first we gotta wait. There we go, now you got a little faster. Captain, we're being hailed by a disabled ferry frigate, putting it on screen now. Thank you for responding to our distress call. We were boarded by the Breen and have taken severe casualties. We could use any medical aid you can render. Please approach and beam over as soon as you can. If I recall correctly, this is actually a fairly peaceful mission. It's basically a fly over here, heal some people, and then interrogate a Breen prisoner. Beam over any medical supplies and personnel you can spare. We'll send your transporter chief the coordinates to our trauma center. So let's go ahead and talk to the doctor. By the balance! You couldn't have arrived at a better time. I need every available person to help with patients. I think the Breen take pleasure in causing pain. Few of our crew were killed, but many have been injured. If you want to help, I need someone at table 7. Take the patient's medical history and triage the injury. If it is a minor issue, go ahead and treat them so we can make room for another patient. So let's go ahead to table 7. What hurts? Left side took a disruptor hit from a Breen rifle. Do you have any allergies? Highly allergic to metropon, I guess. Metorapon? I don't know. Whatever. Currently taking any medications? No. Have you been treated for anything related to this issue? That's a stupid question, to be honest, but hey, it's a question. When was the last time you ate? What were you doing before you were injured? Repairing a power conduit. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Treatment for a disruptor injury. Okay. But we know she is allergic to metropon. So we can't use that. Let's go over here, use medikit, and give me 1 second. Because I wasn't actually paying attention to that list that they gave us. I'm just gonna be honest. I really wasn't. So once, wait, what? Okay. There we go. Oh, wrong thing. Use the hypo spray. That helped a little bit. My extremities feel more relaxed. However, I still feel quite a lot of pain. It's obvious that I'm out of balance. Is there anything stronger? Okay. Okay, not strong enough for you, apparently. Okay, yeah. Load that. That should work. Nope, damn it, didn't want to talk. Pressed the wrong button. The pain from the disruptor wound is subsiding. That feels much better, thank you. It's having the desired effect, Captain. Now we can use the protoplaster on the wound to treat it without causing undue pain to the patient. Oh, do I already have one available, I guess? Yep, okay. Also, I'm pretty sure they're wearing the mercenary top. Okay, Doc, what do you got to say now? Good work with that last patient. Has anyone ever told you that you have a talent for medicine? No, because I don't have a talent for medicine. I need someone to check out the patient on table 3. I would appreciate any help you can give. Okay, what do you got? What hurts? Okay, he's delusional. Okay, that's not really helping us. Taking any medications? No, that's not helping us either. Been treated for anything related to this? That's not helpful at all. When was the last time? That's also not helpful at all. Yeah, they're definitely disoriented. Symptom of brain trauma. Let's see. Okay. Do you know your name? No. Oh, okay, wait. My sister had a doll she used to call Ilka. Or Aika. Okay, but I don't think that's your name. Do you know approximately what time it is? I love catching umic insects at twilight. The light from the descending sun would make their wings glow like golden fire. No, you don't know what time it is. Do you know where you are? He clearly thinks he's back home. Do you know what year it is? Sister's 3 years older than I am. That meant my mom let her do all the fun things while I had to sit and watch. No. Altered mental state, yeah. There's something obviously wrong with this patient's mental state. I recommend that we scan the brain tissues for deep trauma. Yes, that should reveal if there's any damage. That, of course, means I need to go get one. Luckily, I don't have to actually do anything. It's just a fairly long interact. Captain, it appears that there is a cortical implant in this patient's brain that is causing the disorientation and delusions. There is an extremely high amount of neural activity in the area around the implant. Perhaps if we were able to decrease the activity with an anesthetic, the patient would be more responsive. Okay, that means I gotta go and get an anesthetic. Don't know what anesthetic I need. Antrazine. Where am I? I remember the Breen attack, and there was this medic. He seemed sad. The Breen implanted me with a cortical implant. It has been forced me to relive memories from my past. Please, get it out of my head. I don't want to live like this. The antrazine worked, Captain. Removing a cortical implant is a tricky process. We should confer with Dr. Costa about how to proceed. I'm not familiar with any technology like this. Any attempt I'd make at removing it would be based upon an educated guess. We have some captured Breen in the brig waiting for transport to a holding facility. Perhaps you could question them. One of the monsters who did this to my patient might know how to reverse the process. Sure, we'll go ahead and talk to the Breen. Boy, that kind of requires them to be willing to talk in the first place. I don't know why it's still showing me the get medication from Medkit over there, though. Sure, there are a few things you should know about the Breen before we talk to them. The Breen are a warrior race. They do what is expedient and will often take prisoners rather than kill. You get more work out of a slave than a dead man, after all. This may seem cold and callous to us, but to the Breen it is only logical. Survival and duty are more important to them than morality. The Breen are very concerned with personal honor. Do not insult a Breen's honor or suggest that they kill without cause, and you should be fine in your interrogation. Okay, let's go talk to Breen prisoner number 1. What is your name? I feel like I'm the dude at the Bridge of Death in Monty Python. All we gotta do is ask him what his favorite color is. Look at you, cowering in the shadow of Thought Trail. What could the Defiri possibly have against might like this? I will not answer your questions. Go bother someone else. Tell me about Thought Trail. Thought Trail has more power and vision than a pathetic being like yourself can possibly comprehend. The Defiri will be the first to fall to his might, but that will not be the last. He will not stop until the entire Alpha Quadrant serves the Breen Confederacy. Someday soon I will stand on the blasted remains of your homeworld and celebrate our victory. I will grind the remains of your leaders into dust under my boot heels. Thought Trail will be the man who makes this possible. That's a little wishful thinking, don't you think? I mean, you've tried to invade Earth before. Torture me if you wish, but I will never betray the Breen Confederacy. What is your name? Okay, he is not going to talk at all. And last person. No, I'm not here to let you go. What is your name? I am Tran. Okay, Tran. What are you doing here? I'm a combat medic in the 5th Order. I serve the Breen Confederacy. I was ordered to go to the system by my superiors. I am sure that you have encountered other Breen in the Defiri sector. Why did the Breen feel the need to conquer everything? Oh, he does not wish to continue talking. Damn it. This is why I can't stand this mission. Oh, Jesus, that's creepy. Again, I'm not a fan of this mission. It's kind of the whole reason. It's really annoying. It really is. I hate this mission. Especially since it's just an outright fail state. Like, why would you design it as an outright fail state? So we're just sort of gonna skip through all this crap again. This is why I use the wiki anytime I play this damn mission. Yep, disoriented, we know. Oh, oops. Gotta ask him these questions. Let's go get the thingamajig. And do the thing with the thingamajig. Yep, it's working, wonderful. Oh, gotta talk to him first. Or maybe not. Oh, gotta get medication. There we go, now he's back to normal. Now we talk to the doctor. Doctor says go talk to the Breen because I don't know how to do that. We say, don't worry, doctor, we'll talk to the Breen. I'm sure they'll be willing to tell us everything we want to know. Our first officer informs us that there's a couple things we should know about. I don't think I even need to bother talking to the other guys. Just go straight to Tran. Hello, Tran. It's nice knowing you. Oh, yes. No, actually, I do have to talk to the other guys first. Okay, Tran, you willing to talk to me now? Hello, Tran. Let's just go ahead, scroll down. What are you doing here? Oh, well, I guess you can actually select like whatever you want first. What are you doing here? I'm currently incarcerated in a Defuri brig. I was captured near the bridge when my boarding party was overwhelmed by Defuri security teams. While this ship may not be carrying military personnel, a 3-man boarding party stands little chance against 4 fully armed security teams defending their ship and their captain. We gave away the train advantage and now we are paying the price. You must know this wasn't a military ship. Why did you attack it? I do not feel comfortable continuing this conversation. My commanding officer is in a nearby cell and he can overhear everything that we are saying. While I do not agree with his actions in this matter, I respect his position of authority. I will not throw his dishonor in his face. Okay, let's go ahead, go to his superior officer's area, enable the acoustics dampening field. All audio signals entering and leaving this cell are being blocked by an acoustic dampening field. Of course, the fact that Trayan just outright believes us when we tell him that we've enabled an acoustic dampening field is beyond me. I would think he'd say, no, I don't believe you. So your commanding officer cannot hear what we are saying. My superior thought these Defuri civilians might have the information for which we have been searching. While I might have disagreed with his choice of target, it is not a soldier's place to question his commanding officer. I think my dissension was the reason I was selected to join the assault on the ship's bridge, a dangerous task in the best of circumstances, and one that had the least chance of success. Did you object to your commanding officer about this assignment? I am not sure how you run things in Starfleet, but in the Breen Confederacy we obey our commanders. I may not always be pleased by what I am ordered to do, but I understand that there is a goal that must be achieved, and that I may not have all the facts that my superiors do. Do you believe that the goal you are attempting to achieve was worth killing civilians? I didn't want to attack this ship. There is a nobility to being a soldier. When I enter battle, I know I could be killed. I know that others will die at my hands, but that is what we must do. It is part of being a soldier. Civilians are not part of this unspoken agreement. They do not wake up each day and know in their hearts it could be their last. They should be out of bounds as targets for people like you and me. There is no honor in fighting someone who is unprepared to fight back. I regret that I had to kill these civilians. More than that, I regret that I carried out those orders. So, what were your orders? I am a combat medic. Normally my task is to repair the injuries of my fellow soldiers. On this mission, I was tasked with capturing civilians alive and fitting them with subspace cortical implants. These devices are barbaric even by our standards. We use them to obtain memories from the most obstinate of interrogation subjects. This particular implant has a subspace relay intended to capture and transmit these memories so that my superiors can sift through the secrets locked in victims' minds even as we moved on to implant more subjects. Why did you do this? What information did Defiri have that you needed so badly? I'm not sure what exactly the commanders wanted to learn from these people. I can only guess that my superiors wanted information that they felt could be held by any member of the Defiri population. The cortical implants were calibrated to bring long-term memories to the surface, perhaps even back to the target's childhood. Perhaps they wanted to learn something that even a Defiri child might know. Would the probe Defiri know what memories were being searched? Perhaps, if they had the mental fortitude to recall the memories that were triggered during their interrogation. The pain from the implants can be quite intense. How do we remove the implant? The removal of the cortical implant is a very delicate procedure. The implants are intended to be strong enough to survive the interrogation process, but not too difficult to be removed by the subject or anyone else. I have worked with these implants for some time. Have your doctors talk to me and I will tell them what they need to do to remove them. Okay, Dr. Kosa. Gotta run all the way back to you. Well, as of recording this, we do have a release date now for the release of Age of Discovery. They've announced that it is releasing October 9th. So the day after Columbus Day. This is just the information we needed. I will round up a surgical team and we will begin the process of removing the implant immediately. I spent some time talking to the patient. While you were in the brig, it sounded to me like the Breen implant was triggering memories from the patient's early childhood. Many of them involving rhymes and songs. Rhymes and songs? Most Defiri parents and grandparents sing to their children and tell them stories of our past and our traditions. A common theme in our songs is the Preservers, who we sing of their travels through the universe, their efforts to maintain the balance, and their great archive. My children are particularly fond of songs about the Preserver archive, a hidden place where they left all their technology and records of the ancient days. It's an interesting story, but I don't know if a place like that could actually exist. After all, we're talking about children's rhymes. Captain, the Breen must believe that the Preserver archive exists. There is no other explanation as to why they would target Defiri civilians in order to obtain information about nursery rhymes. Before we leave, Tran has requested to talk to you again. He's waiting in his cell. Ugh, gotta run all the way back to the brig now. Like I said, not the most exciting mission. It really isn't. This is just a mission. They needed to give us an explanation about the Preservers and everything, and why the Breen are looking for them, and they said this is the best way to do it. Thank you for returning. I know that helping you was the right thing to do, but because I did so, I can never return to the Breen Confederacy. Therefore, I would like to request asylum from the Federation. I, however, am not alone in this request. There are a small group of Breen that share my feelings. We know that attacking innocents is wrong. If you accept us, we would all like to join you. I will give you the information necessary to contact them. It may take some time before they are willing to respond. Your future actions will help speed up that process. We've sent a communication based on Tran's information. I can't be sure that it was received, so at this point I believe the only thing we can do is wait for a response. I must say, I'm surprised any Breen could be capable of reason. Impressive work, sir. The Defiri seem to have things under control for now. Are you ready to leave the system? Yep, let's depart the system. And for whatever reason, our beard disappears every time we beam out. I remember stories about the preservers from my childhood, and of course we have ruins linked to them on Defera, but I have never heard of an intact preserver installation. The Breen, however, are taking these stories quite seriously, and if the Breen managed to acquire preserver-level technology, they could shift the balance of power in the entire Alpha Quadrant. It's likely that you were able to establish a connection with Tran. It's lucky that you were able to establish a connection with Tran. I believe that he was sent by the powers to help maintain the balance in the galaxy, and I am grateful. I know your intelligence service has more questions for him, but after that, I promise I'll do what I can to see that he and any other Breen who disagree with their government's actions are not forgotten. One of your commanding officers was requesting to speak with you. You should consider meeting them when you are done here. So I can get a crate of Deferi snow tubers, or a rapid reload transphasic torpedo. One's a weapon that I won't be using, and the other is something that I'll never use, so I'll take the weapon that I'll never use. It's got a little bit more use in the grand scheme of things, really. So, that'll be it for this part. I will see you all in the next part, which is, what? Cold Case. This is the one where we have to jump around between a bunch of systems and get the rest of the map, if I recall correctly. And cold storage, I think, is when we actually go into it. Those two are a little bit more exciting. Though if I recall correctly, the final fight in cold storage is kind of annoying, because the boss will, like, one-shot your bridge officers. And potentially even you, if you have really out-of-date equipment. But that'll be it for this episode. Reminder, I do have a Patreon link that down in the description if you enjoy the content on the channel, and you have even just $1 a month that you can spare. Please go and become one. It helps the channel out immensely. And the more people that do it, the more it helps. I also have a Discord link that down in the description as well if you wish to join it. It's not particularly active right now, but it's there. I use it sort of as my main place for channel announcements regarding uploads or anything else. But yeah, so I will see you all in the next part. But until then, goodbye and farewell. Also, I'm seeing that the game removed one of my icons down here. Oh wait, did it remove it, or did... I think it might have removed something. Yes, I don't know what the hell's going on down here. This shit and your traits getting erased is actually kind of annoying. I will be honest with you. I don't think it actually removed anything down there. At least nothing permanent. It's just stuff sort of got... I don't know why that... Oh, yes, whatever. I'll have that equipped, I guess. I don't think I'll ever use it for now. I only have like 3 reputations finished. Okay, nonetheless, as I was saying, I'll see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and a farewell.